This is my Switch 2 and it's currently wearing the Spigen Nano Pop case that I just got for it because I wanted something that would protect my device. And at the same time, I also didn't want to ruin the aesthetics of it. So I kind of like those cases by Spigen. Usually I get them for my phones. They are kind of slim and they are also very good at protecting your device. So that's a very good combo that I like. And that's why I got this one as well. So let's dive into this and I'm gonna tell you what I like and what I don't like about it. And yeah, overall, what I think about it. So first things first, what I liked about this case was that it's detachable. You can detach the Joy-Cons. They basically, it doesn't restrict you to having a one-piece case. So that is great because I did want to use the Joy-Cons detached and it does the job well. Second of all, it looks really nice. If you can see, I mean, it's very Switch-like. You see the colors and you see how it blends together with the colors here and here at the analog sticks. And it's just a nice looking case. That's something that I really liked about and basically bought it because of the aesthetics as well. So there it is. The cutoffs are really well made here. Everything is really nice and no complaints here. And also the kickstand is also completely functional, as you can see. Right, now let's talk about the downsides here. I think the first one, which is actually, it could be something that people like, but I didn't like it at all. If I detach these Joy-Cons and I look at the back, you guys can see there's a little bump here, which is supposed to be a grip. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really help you with holding it because it's too low. So you can't really hold it, right? It's just like in your way, you know? So it doesn't really help. And also the problem with this thing is that if I try to connect it with a Joy-Con grip, I can't because of that little bump. So it doesn't go in, right? I assume that if it wouldn't be here, I would probably be able to slide it in and use it. So it doesn't really do the job and it doesn't, yeah, I just don't get why they would do that so low and just don't do it at all or do it in the right way. That's what I think. Second thing that I'm not really feeling is the texture of that thing. Like I said, it feels okay, but it's not the best. It feels kind of plasticky, and it is plasticky. And it's like, it's not smooth and it's not grippy, and it's just something in the middle. And I'm not a fan of that. So it feels a little cheap in your hand. That's why I don't really enjoy playing with that thing on. So that's that. And I think the main problem with this thing is basically if you want to put it in on your device, you have to glue it in. And that's the biggest problem here. So if you guys can see, I'm gonna detach this and we'll look inside. Okay, right. So right here you see this little strip. This is a glue strip. Once you remove it, you glue it into your Joy-Con. And then it gets stuck in there firmly, like it's supposed to be. The problem is that you have to remove it, and then when you want to remove it, if for example I do want to use that, right, as the grip, I can't because I got this thing stuck. So what are we doing here exactly? It's like not here, not there. It doesn't really work for me. That glue thing is a big problem. Now let's look at the back of it, okay? The back, again, it's the same material, plasticky, pretty good, but not the best material. I would really like something else. The kickstand, like I said, works, but if you guys can see, I had to glue it in, so the kickstand is now glued to my device. Same thing goes with the back. If I'm gonna try to remove it, and I am going to try to remove it because I got myself a new case, which I'm going to review later, so I have to remove this one. So now first time I'm gonna open it up and see how bad it is with the glue. How hard is it to remove it? So let's remove this part. This is okay, there's no glue here. But this part, as you can see, I'm applying pressure and it's not really coming off. Okay, let's see how hard I need to pull this thing off. It's really glued in here. Shit, hope I didn't ruin the device with this. That is crazy. That is a lot of glue. Okay, here we go. So that sucks. That is a big problem. I mean, really speaking, if you guys are building a case and you have to glue it to the device, what's the point? That is crazy. Come on. Now, all that pressure was basically from these two strips and these two strips. Hope you can see them. But that is wild. Now that, the kickstand, let's see how easy it is to remove that. Yeah, apply the same pressure. Great. And now I get these stickers here, which I gotta remove. That is insane. I mean, you know what? If that thing would be a nice feeling case and everything would be good and right, I wouldn't mind that it would be stuck in there, okay? I wouldn't care about that. But since it's not perfect and like, you have to keep removing that. If I want to use these Joy-Cons with that, I have to remove the whole thing. You can't glue it in here. That's ridiculous. And also, if I don't use the glue, look what happens. It just moves. So you can't really play with that when you're not gluing it in. So yeah, I think it's a big miss on Spigen's side with this case, and that's unfortunate because I was really hoping for a nice slim case that doesn't ruin my Switch, and unfortunately this is not it. So I can't really recommend it unless you guys don't care about gluing everything in and you're okay with that, then you can go for it. And if you don't care about this thing, you can go for it. If you have another set of controllers that you don't mind using those with that, and this is just gonna be like docked, awesome. But then again, why would it even detach? You know, what's the point? Yeah, I hope this helps with your purchases and whatever you want to buy. Can't really recommend this one unless it fits your specific needs, like I said. That's it for now. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time. Peace.